Day trading live this morning, talking about kind of my strategy, something that I've been working on lately. Not really working on it, but something that I've been trying to focus on, buying that first, small pullback on some of these big runners out of the gates. Gonna kind of break it down. OGEN was kind of the perfect setup today, showing you how I missed out on that first little dip buy, and then I was hesitant to really kind of buy the second or the third. And I'll kind of show you some setups and show you how it all went down in this video, and kind of just showing some restraint, staying away from some of the third or fourth dips for a reason today. And I'll talk about it in this video, so stay tuned. All right, so I'm keeping an eye on CODX BLNK this morning here at open. You can see the pre-market high so far this morning is 479. This 480 area, 479 here on CODX. So I'm looking for this to show some strength and show that it wants to go higher here at open. So CODX pushing up there, 460s. I'd like to see this break above that pre-market high, get up there towards the $5 area. And look for a little bit of a pullback before breaking through $5. Got OGEN here, pop it up there. See if I'm trying to get filled there on a pullback, just not getting the order in quick enough there. So OGN pushing up there to 230s. CODX also pushing back up here. CODX pushing up against that 200-day moving average on the daily chart. Let's see if that acts as resistance. CODX getting crushed right here. Looking for a decent pullback here, just not getting it here on OGN. I would like to see that 215 area kind of bounce there. Volume dipping down here as well. I'd like to see a little bit more. So it looks like I missed my opportunity here to get filled in that 215 dip. Dip down there to 212. Just wasn't convinced about jumping in there, but probably should have pulled the trigger there. There she goes, back up there above 230 now. You can do something here. Look at CODX here. CODX up there to the 470s, getting denied there. Down there below $4 now. So big, massive drop there. That is not what you want to see happen right there at open. So really just missing out on my entry there. Just that was the entry that I needed. This is that nice little pullback there after that big push. This is what we needed. This is what I've been winning recently, kind of trading off of that pullback. So that's really what we needed there. One more pullback down there, the 221s. I'm going to jump in there, 221. Look for this to push back up, bouncing there off the EMAs. Like you see, this push it back above 230s. Not liking it there. Really just not doing what. This was the pullback that I needed right here. This was really where I needed to jump in. This is what I've been, really focusing on lately. This kind of first pullback after this move out of the gate, and just not really liking this pullback, as this might find some trouble here. Maybe it goes higher, but really this was the pullback that I wanted. Try jumping here one more time there at 222. Only got 100 shares. Did we get the rest here? Big seller stacking up there. I don't want to go all the way in on that one. See if we can get some more a little bit lower. Put another order out like 212 area. Pulls down there. Maybe we'll get that 212 area, or we'll get a push. I'll take it either way, a push or a pullback. If there's a push back above 230, break above high of day there, 236 area. If this has the power, has the strength. Getting it there at 228, it's not pushing above that 230s. Looks like it might want to get stuck there, or it might want to go. Oh, it's going. Oh, look at it, up there at 240 now, wow. So really, my plan, my strategy is to buy the first little pullback right there, trying to buy the bounce off the EMAs, which has been working out pretty good lately. This first pullback, looking for that, test of high of day, and then looking for that second pullback. Second pullback is always iffy. I'm not always a big fan of the second pullback. And then, now buying a third pullback, it's just getting more and more risky. So you miss out on that first pullback. Well, then there's that second one, but then the third one, that's where I'm like, do I really want to jump in here? Is this already going to be overextended? It's got the resistance there at 250. Is this the time that it pulls back and really starts to fall off? That's kind of the worry. So, buying here at 230, I wouldn't feel as safe as buying here at 215 area, which is kind of really what I was looking for earlier. That would have been a beautiful pullback, getting that push there up to 236. This one, I wasn't a terrible entry. This wasn't really, like I said, it was later in the move there, and you can see now how this is pulling back down. So this might pull back down there to the 215 area, that VWAP, and at that point, it's just becoming more and more of a risk because you're not sure if it's gonna really go or not. So I think really, as the morning progresses, you're gonna have traders who jump in here, get this push, they make their money. All right, you get chasers, you get guys who jump in here, they make some money, and then, by the third pullback, people who are chasing this, they're going to either get out for, break even, because maybe they chased it in this area there at the 230. So, thinking most people are probably buying here in the 230 area. Where was this? It didn't really have anything going on pre-market, but I'm thinking, this breaks out of open. People are starting to see it here, 220, 230 area. People are chasing it, buying here in the 230s. So we get this pullback. They're like, okay, this is their stop area. This 215 is going to be their stop area right there, 215 stop. So everybody who chased this and bought here in the 230 area is playing this like, okay, they're either going to buy the dip to kind of load up some more, or they're just kind of using this as a stop area. And then, okay, now everybody who bought here at 230 that chased it, they're like, I'm taking profit here. I'm taking profit here. You can see, it gets up to 245. Gets a lot of selling pressure again because people know that resistance there is at 250. So the chasers who bought here, maybe they're getting out here break even, and then now they're getting stopped out because they're thinking also, all right, this is back to 230 where I got in, though I'm not going to take a loss. So now they're dumping here to get out before this really starts to fall off. So that's kind of how I see it, or kind of how I envision it, how I would try to... I'm trying to think about how I would normally trade it, back in the day when I would have kind of chased this. Really, this is exactly what I would have done. I would have, it's bouncing, I would have chased it. I would have bought 230. I'd had my stop there, probably the 215 area. And then, okay, it's touching 215. Maybe I buy some more. But then this push here, I'm definitely taking profit. So really, it just gets more and more risky buying the dip and, really having to figure out where it's safe to buy the dip and where it's not. You can see NSPR here, really kind of the same. You can see NSPR here had that one small dip here at open. So it went from 147, 139, boom, 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 ripped up there. And then on the second dip, it was done. Just couldn't pull back up there. So you got to be careful. If I loaded in there with 2,000 shares there at $1.50 and this starts to crash on me and I lose, $200, $300 in a matter of seconds, that's really not what we wanted to see happen. And that's kind of just how it goes sometimes. So OGEN back down to that VWAP area 220. You can see there. So OGEN finding some support there at the VWAP at the 9. Got the 9 EMA, got the 20 EMA on the 1 minute chart. Let's see if OGEN can get back above that 230 area. There she goes. Trying to pop up here. I'm going to stay away from it, honestly. I think I'm just going to stay away from it. Really, after missing this entry, this was the moneymaker right here. This 215 entry, that was the moneymaker. Just got to pull the trigger on that one and get that move. And that's what we got up there to 240. So that would have been nice. I'm still $99, almost $100 on the day. After commissions and fees, going to put me around $70. So, it's one of those things. I could have held this one right here. I mean, this worked out beautifully. Look at this. Got up here at 243. So from that 222 entry, that would have been a nice little 20-cent pop on 2,000 shares. Or, well, I only had 1,000 on that. But still, you know what I mean. But really, I think you can see BLNK running up there from the $7 area up there to $7.90. Pulling back down there at open, just not going anywhere. Kind of the same thing for CODX. CODX back down there to 360s. So had this big move there from the $3 area up there to 479 pre-market. Well, look at that. It doesn't break above the pre-market high. The shorts start piling in there. I think really after this candle, the shorts were just like, it's game on. It is game on. So you can see CODX pulling back down there, 360s. Boom, baby. Boom. OGEN just not having the power to get back up there to that pre-market high. OGEN just not having the power to get back up there to the high of day there at 243 right now. This 230 area kind of holding it down. And that's kind of what I was worried about buying the dip here. Maybe it does go, maybe it does, but I think right now the risk is just not in my favor. Like I said earlier, buying these dips, a lot better risk and reward. So, buying the dip, looking for that next big push, that's a lot safer than buying the third or the fourth pullback.